In a peaceful little village, surrounded by rolling green hills and winding dirt paths, there lived an elderly couple who loved each other deeply. Though they had no children of their own, their home was full of warmth because of one loyal companion, an intelligent and affectionate dog named Max. Max was more than just a pet, he was family. He followed the couple everywhere, listened carefully to their voices, and always wagged his tail with pure devotion. The old man spent his mornings tending to his garden, while his wife cooked delicious meals in their cozy cottage. Max stayed close to them, keeping watch as though he were their guardian. One sunny afternoon, while the old man was pulling weeds, he noticed Max digging furiously at a patch of soil near the fence. The dog barked excitedly, as though urging him to look closer. Curiosity blooming in his heart, the old man set aside his tools and began digging beside Max. His wife, hearing the dog's excited yelps, rushed outside to see what the commotion was about. A moment later, the man's shovel struck something hard buried beneath the earth. Their hearts thumped with anticipation as they brushed away the dirt. To their astonishment, they uncovered an old wooden chest. The lock had rusted away with age, and with a gentle tug, the lid creaked open. Inside, piles of gold coins glittered under the sunlight, as though waiting centuries to be found. The old couple gasped in disbelief. Their hands trembled as they touched the treasure. Joy flooded their hearts, and they hugged Max tightly, thanking him again and again. Their faithful dog had uncovered a miracle. But while they celebrated, someone else was watching. Their young neighbor, a selfish, envious man, peeked from behind his window. His eyes widened with greed. "A dog that finds treasure," he whispered to himself. "If he can do it for them, he can do it for me." As night fell, the village grew quiet, and the moon cast pale silver light across the rooftops. The old couple slept peacefully, unaware of the danger creeping near. The neighbor slipped quietly into their home through an open window. With a handful of dog treats, he lured Max outside and kidnapped him. The next morning, when the old couple awoke, Max was nowhere to be found. They searched every corner of the house, calling his name with growing fear. Max had never disappeared before. Their greedy neighbor pretended to be helpful. When they asked if he'd seen Max, he lied smoothly, saying he had seen the dog chase a cat toward the city. The couple hurried off, desperately searching for their beloved companion. Meanwhile, the neighbor had chained Max in his own garden. He forced the dog to sniff the ground and dig, hoping to uncover even greater treasure. Max whimpered sadly, not understanding what this cruel man wanted. After some time, Max barked in a single spot. Thinking the dog had found another treasure, the neighbor frantically dug into the soil. Sure enough, he uncovered a large wooden chest. With excitement rushing through him, he opened it. "Even bigger than theirs!" he exclaimed. Confident that no one would suspect him, he returned Max to the old couple's yard and slipped away. When the couple came home disappointed and tired, Max greeted him with joyous barks. They embraced him with relief and gratitude, unaware of what he had endured. Later that day, the neighbor arrived with a false smile, offering to take Max on a walk so the couple could rest. But Max stepped back, his fur bristling, and clearly refused to go anywhere with the man who had mistreated him. Something astonishing happened. Max spoke, his voice clear as a human's, and told the neighbor that he would never follow him again. But only the neighbor heard Max's words. To the old couple, it was just barking. They chuckled softly and reassured their neighbor that Max was only expressing excitement. Terrified, the neighbor insisted the dog had spoken like a person. The couple shook their heads gently, suggesting he might be tired or stressed, but he refused to believe it. The next morning, he returned again, demanding to see the dog. When Max appeared, he spoke once more, calling the neighbor out for his envy and wrongdoing. Sweat trickled down his forehead as panic filled his heart. Still, no one else could understand Max's words. Frustrated and desperate to prove himself right, the neighbor gathered the village elder and several villagers, dragging them to the couple's home. He accused the couple of practicing magic and insisted that Max was a magical treasure-detecting dog. The elder calmly asked for proof. The neighbor pointed to Max and demanded he speak. Max barked, just like any other dog. Only the neighbor heard human words. The villagers whispered among themselves. The elder shook his head, saying, "Neighbor, this couple has lived here for many years and has never harmed a soul. If you have no proof, you must be honest." Desperate, the neighbor confessed to kidnapping Max and forcing him to dig in his garden. "He found a treasure chest for me," he shouted, certain he could still prove his claim. He opened the chest dramatically, expecting the gleam of gold. But inside, nothing but sand lay quietly at the bottom. The villagers gasped. The neighbor's face turned pale. His greed had misled him, and now everyone knew it. The elder's voice grew stern. "You have lied, kidnapped a loyal dog, and accused innocent people of witchcraft. You are no longer welcome here. Leave this village immediately." With his head lowered in shame, the neighbor walked away. The villagers comforted the old couple, and Max received belly rubs and treats from everyone. Peace returned to the village. From that day forward, the old couple and their beloved Max lived a joyful, quiet life. They never again found treasure, but they didn't need it. Because in their hearts, they already had everything they ever wished for: love, loyalty, and the warm companionship of their faithful dog. And even though Max never spoke like a human again, or perhaps no one else ever heard it, his actions and devotion spoke louder than any words. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to Nini Nights for more magical stories every week, and click the bell icon so you never miss a bedtime tale. Thank you for watching, little dreamers. See you next time on Nini Nights, where every story has a heart. Moon, star,